How do air yards reveal tactical battles in fantasy football? Imagine watching a football game and noticing some players seem to be running deep routes all the time. That's where air yards come into play. This metric measures how far the football travels through the air from the line of scrimmage to where the receiver is targeted, no matter if the pass is caught or not. It shows us how teams are attacking defenses and which players are getting the chance to stretch the field. In fantasy football, understanding air yards helps us see the bigger picture behind the stats. It reveals who the team is focusing on for deep passes and how the quarterback is distributing the ball. When a player has a lot of air yards, it usually means they're being targeted downfield, which can lead to bigger plays and more points. Players with fewer air yards tend to be involved in shorter, safer passes, giving more consistent but less explosive fantasy numbers. Looking closer, air yards can tell us about the tactical battles happening on the field. For example, if a receiver's air yard share, the percentage of a team's total air yards they get, is high, it shows they're the main deep threat. That means the offense is designed to attack defenses vertically through that player. If a player's air yards suddenly drop from week to week, it might mean defenses are adjusting, putting more coverage on that player. Rising air yards could mean a favorable matchup or a defensive lapse. Another useful tool is the receiver air conversion ratio. This compares how many yards a player gains to their air yards. A high ratio indicates that the player is good at gaining yards after the catch or making contested catches. It shows they're not just getting targeted deep but also turning those opportunities into significant yardage. This can reveal tactical advantages that players exploit against defenses. Monitoring air yards also helps spot players who are being targeted heavily downfield but haven't yet produced big fantasy numbers. These players might be undervalued and ready for a breakout if they start converting their deep targets into points. It's a way to see beyond simple targets or receptions and understand the underlying offensive strategy. In practical terms, air yards give us a clearer picture of how teams are attacking and which players are involved in those plays. If a receiver consistently sees high air yards but isn't producing much, they could be a good buy low. If a player has low air yards but is scoring a lot of fantasy points, they might be overperforming and due for some regression. Overall, air yards help us understand the tactical battles happening during the game, showing how teams allocate their passing attempts and how defenses respond. This directly impacts fantasy football value and helps managers make smarter decisions.